Hey guys, Buffin Game back today, bringing you a video, and today we're going over Milsim gameplay for Battlefield 2042's Battlefield Portal mode. So, here in the gameplay, I'll be playing in Karmakut's Milsim server for Battlefield 3, and you'll see it on, what we're playing here is Valparaiso from Bad Company 2, the Rush map. So we're playing Rush on Valparaiso with Battlefield 3 Milsim characters and weapons. So right here, you'll see me on the Russian Special Forces versus the United States, using a little bit of the AS Val as well as the AN-94 Abacan here in this Milsim server. So a few things you'll notice is that the HUD is completely disabled, so there is no HUD for this server here. The damage models, I believe, are the same as base. I don't know if he has changed them or not. However, they will be making an update here where you can see the rules and what's changed with the special portal servers here in the future, so we'll be able to see all the rules there. But I know he did change things like some of the bullet velocity and maybe some damage models, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, actually. So some damage models are changed a little bit, but mainly bullet velocities, I think, were adjusted as well, things like that. So this Milsim server, if you're looking for any Milsim server in general, but specifically Karmakut's Milsim servers, there's a few up there. If you go to Portal and just search, and for the key phrase, just put in Milsim, all one word, and then apply that filter, and you'll see a handful of Milsim servers that are run at a time. Mainly the ones that you want for Karmakut's are labeled Karma Community Milsim BF3 Rush. He has another one for Battlefield 1942 Milsim. And then there's also the KC Milsim server. And those are the ones that Karmakut runs himself, that he created for the portal. There's a few more up there that you'll be able to find as well. And here in the gameplay, I'm playing in the Karma Community Milsim BF3 Rush server on Valparaiso, obviously. So you'll see in the gameplay starting off with the AS Val firing 9x39, and really here, because there's no HUD, you don't really know what your ammo count is or anything like that. Obviously, you can't see who's in your squad or anything like that. So it really takes me back to games like Insurgency Sandstorm, which I love. I've been playing a lot of that here on the channel as well. And Insurgency Sandstorm, just this particular, I guess, Milsim Portal server really fills that Milsim itch that I have. Obviously, Insurgency Sandstorm is a whole nother level of Milsim, but this is really as close as you can get with Battlefield Portal, and I really had a lot of fun playing this. Obviously, with no HUD, you need to adjust. It took me a little bit to get used to that, but it is a lot of fun because you really can only tell if you've gotten a kill by the sound effect in your ear. So if you don't listen carefully, you won't know if you've gotten a kill or not. You can obviously hit the options button or hold for the menu to see your personal scoreboard for your kills, but other than that, nothing pops up on the screen to tell you that you've gotten a kill or not. So there's a couple long-range engagements here with the, well, medium range with the Val, where I'm tap firing because obviously I need to be accurate. There's also some limitations here with the server, whereas the Val, you can't upgrade your attachments to a 30-round magazine. So he did restrict some of the attachments for weapons, which is good. There's no suppressors, at least when I was playing on this server. Just made a lot of, I guess, quality of life changes to balance the gameplay for a Milsim-esque server. So this is definitely a lot of fun here with the AN-94. When I switch over to that, you'll see me running that thing and get a lot of long-range kills utilizing that 2-round hyperburst on the AN-94 Abacan, firing that 5.5 by 39mm. Again, just keeping it in the hyperburst option. You'll see a little bit of gameplay long range with that, where I'm picking people off, and some pretty, I would say, probably 300, 400 meters for some of these kills. And again, you would never even know if I got a kill if it weren't for the sound effect you hear in your ear when you get those kills. So at those long-range kills especially. But there's a lot of long-range engagements here with the Abacan where I'm getting a lot of people picked off who are laying down the back and really just identifying where the enemy's coming from because of the muzzle flash. Because there's no suppressors, everyone's going to have a muzzle flash, and obviously that was a good quality of life change. That way you just can't sit back and snipe or mount a bipod on a machine gun with a suppressor or anything like that. You do have muzzle flash, so the enemy, if they're looking, will see your muzzle flash and be able to engage, which is exactly what I do here in a couple occasions with the Abacan, is see that muzzle flash, put a few bursts down range, and end up getting the kills. You can see a little bit of movement down there, so definitely a lot of fun to play this type of Milsim server in Battlefield 2042 Portal. This really reminds me a lot of, like I said, Insurgency Sandstorm, but also kind of Squad. This is the gameplay here on PS5. The game just looks so beautiful, especially with Battlefield 3. Really reminds me of like Squad or Arma, some of those actual Milsim games. If you're not familiar with Squad, that's really the Battlefield 2 the fan project basically spawned Squad and turned kind of Squad was born from Battlefield 2. The need for it to turn that game and mod it into a Milsim game. So really from the modding community is where Squad came from. But obviously this looks graphically a lot better with Battlefield 2042 on the new Frostbite engine. Everything looks beautiful here, especially the Val and the AN-94. I'm kind of obsessed with how good the AN-94 looks. I love how they have the side mounts on the AN-94 and the dovetail mount, and how it's not lined up specifically over the dust cover on this weapon. It just, you can have, based on what kind of mount you're running for the Russian mounts, obviously that would be different. But here, just really good attention to detail for things like that with some of the attachments here. Just very, very immersive because of that. Now, here, obviously, there's no voice over IP enabled unless you're over on Discord or in a party with your specific console. So I'm playing by myself here. Can't hear anybody, obviously. So we're just kind of going by the characters, yelling back and forth using the Comoros. But I can only imagine when they do finally add the voice over IP and we can actually chat with people in our squad, how awesome this is going to be. Just the communication for this. And that's one of my favorite parts of Insurgency Sandstorm, is the comms back and forth. Just very direct, very immersive with the comms in that game. So I imagine it's going to be very similar here once we get up and running with the voice over IP on the Milsim servers here in the portal, and just the game in general really needs voice over IP so we can communicate with people within our squad. But if you haven't played this, go ahead and check it out again. Just go to the portal, browse, and search Milsim, all one word. You'll get a bunch of these that pop up, and you can choose whichever one you want to play. And Karmakuts are labeled either KC or Karma Community, and you'll be able to jump into one of those as well, which is what I'm playing here. So I'm really hoping for the portal they add a lot more going forward. And one game that I really want to see is Battlefield 2. So we're talking Milsim servers. I think Battlefield 2 is, logically, is one that they should definitely be adding, with a lot more weapons than kind of what we're seeing with the Battlefield 3 weapons, Battlefield 2 weapons. There's a good handful of weapons there, but I think Battlefield 2, they honestly just need to remaster that whole thing in the portal, give us at least 3 or 4 maps, and just the Milsim you can have with Battlefield 2 and Battlefield 2042's portal would just be amazing. And that would be probably one of the best Milsim games out there, I would say, rivaling something like Insurgency Sandstorm, but obviously on just a whole different level. Like I said, Squad was born from Battlefield 2 modding community, so to have Battlefield 2 remastered in the portal with the ability to tweak your portal settings how you want them, turn it into a Milsim type game. You could also add weapons from the other Battlefield games, change the map rotation. Those Battlefield 2 maps are classic maps like Strike at Kargan, just amazing maps from Battlefield 2. That would be, I believe, the ultimate Milsim experience, especially if they add a lot of the weapons from Battlefield 2. So hopefully that's something we see going forward here with the portal. That I really hope they take advantage of that. Not just adding things like Battlefield 2, but adding more weapons and maps from the games that currently exist in the portal as well. More than 2 map rotation would be good. More weapons. I was surprised here, especially with Battlefield 3, that there's no AK-74M, no PKM, things like that. Hopefully they go ahead and add those in the future. They can obviously just port those all over like they did here, so it shouldn't be that huge of a task to do, and just keep the stats the same. So hopefully that's something that happens soon, as well as, like I said, I really want to see Battlefield 2 added to the portal. I think the modding that could be done with that and have Milsim servers would just be on a whole nother level, and that would be something that would never get old. And I'd probably be playing that for the next few years. So let me know what you guys think. Gonna leave you guys just with the rest of the gameplay. No audio or comms for myself over there, and obviously there's no audio of me talking in the gameplay. It's just raw gameplay because there's no voice over IP, so there was no need for me to communicate with anybody in the gameplay. But gonna leave you guys with that. Let me know what you think. Have you played any of the Milsim servers in Battlefield 2042's portal mode? If you have, what do you think of them? If you not, are you gonna jump in and play? I think that, like I said, this is one of the hidden gems of Battlefield 2042 is not only just the portal, but these Milsim servers in the portal. And here on the channel, I'll definitely get my own up and running here in the near future, and we'll have our own Buff Nerd Community Milsim server as well for special events that I'll be hosting as well. So let me know what you think down below. This is Buff Nerd Gaming with Battlefield Portal's Milsim servers. Till next time, Buff Nerd Gaming, out.
Grenade out! Reloading. Спасибо, братан! Со мной не быстрее!
Черт подери! Кто-нибудь помогите подняться!
Вот черт!
На помощь!
Grenade out!
Черт, ты готова?
Граната пошла! Граната пошла! Grenade out!
Черт подери!
Братан, любой гранату спасите!
Меня зацепило!
Боец ранен! Боец ранен!
Сюда!
Here's your med kit! Вытащите меня отсюда! Enemy taken out! Your med's over here!
Враги, враги! Нет! Помогай остальным, черт подери!
Enemy taken out!
Здесь враг!
Hostiles are suffering heavy losses. Their
Here's your
reserves are
med
low.
kit.
Somebody give me back on my fucking feet!
I need to reload!
На помощь! На помощь! Ё-моё!
Идите ко мне!
Помогите! Мне гранат!
Кто-нибудь на помощь! Меня Grenade out! Get your meds from here!